And this is how you start a visit to Hermanus, with an amazing cocktail here at Fix's restaurant, here by Fix's pool, next to the ocean in Hermanus. I would like to invite you guys, come and explore with us as we discover Hermanus. It is a chilly, cool morning here on the mountain above Hermanus. If you see me shaking a bit, it's because the temperatures are not very high. But luckily, I'm not alone. With me is Elias. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello.
So he's going to be traveling with me to Cape Town, and what better way to do it with a good traveling companion? And he's freezing with me here on the mountain. Now today we are going to do a quick stop here in Hermanus, and I think it's going to be a lovely day, so join us. But first we need to show you the sunrise, right? Traveling from Danger Point Lighthouse, we make our way to Hermanus. This booming town was originally called Hermanus Pietersfontein after a Dutch teacher, Hermanus Pieters. He arrived in Cape Town in 1815 and taught children from the farming communities around Caledon all the way to Himmel in Aarde Valley, close to where Hermanus is today. While exploring the elephant trails to the south of Caledon, he discovered a natural spring flowing into the ocean, and he decided to set up camp, and it became his retreat for fishing and grazing his sheep. Thus the name Hermanus Pieterse Fontein, or then fountain. A source of fresh water will always be a focus point of growth, yet the town only really started after Hermanus Pieterse died. And as the postmaster did not like the long name, he shortened it to Hermanus. The one attraction that this charming town is famous for is whale watching. In fact, Hermanus should be considered as the official home of the southern right whale, since every year during late September, early October, Hermanus hosts its annual whale festival, which attracts thousands of people. And when the southern right whales arrive in large numbers to breed, give birth, and just play around in the ocean, this all can be spectated from the high cliffs on the ocean side of town. We're here in Hermanus. It's a beautiful morning, some clouds in the sky, and we're going to go and walk through town, show you a little bit more of Hermanus. It is a very much of a tourist town. Our focus today will be the museum because it's got a great history of fishing and stuff, but then also we're going to go through the art, like you can see right here behind me. Everywhere in the heart of town there's art, and we're going to have a look at what they've got to offer here
this is a beautiful town. So if ever you want to come and just have a glorious touristy stay, nice dinner, lunch, whatever, this is the place to be. But let's stop talking and start walking.
As with many coastal towns, Hermanus has a colourful fishing history, and I think it's safe to say that, except for the natural spring, the town was built around the old harbour. To access the historical side of it, they've collected a range of different fishing items dating out of the previous century, and now it is on display in the Old Harbour Museum.
Alright, let's see if the museum is open.
It is almost weird to think that all the stuff on display here were tools and gear used by ordinary people making a living all those years ago. And just when you thought that sharks were the scariest nibblers in the ocean, the collection of fish jaw mounted trophies kind of scared the living daylights out of me. Ever since the mid-1800s, fish have been harvested from the ocean around Hermanus. Visby, as the old harbour was known, provided a safe haven for these small fishing boats, and the return of the boats to the inlet of the old harbour was an exciting event each day for more than a century. Exploring the harbour itself, we could see that this was not a usual harbour layout. The stone and concrete harbour consists of a seawall, a breakwater, a few historic fishing boats along the concrete slopes, and reconstructed fishing shacks. This is part of the open air museum. The breakwater was built in 1904, and a crane was built to lift the boats out of the water, but this was not successful. The first boat lifted was completely crushed, and after a second attempt the crane was abandoned. Then a system was used to pull the boats up a slope, and the remnant of a cable system can be seen here in the open air museum section. Being here, you can experience why this is the heart of the town of Hermanus. Like the excitement of the children when the boats return is embedded in the surrounding cliffs, radiating into your soul when you visit this place. We wanted more, so we moved on to the whale house. The museum in Hermanus consists of 3 segments. We have done the old harbour, and now it's time for the whale museum. How fitting that Hermanus not only is a whale watching hotspot with a whale festival, but it also has a museum just dedicated to these majestic mammals.
Elias, what do you say about something like this? I mean, these are like the knives that they cut the whales open with. I thought they played hockey, but definitely not hockey.
It looks so impressive.
Elias, we're so going in.
Definitely.
Don't bang your head.
I hope I don't get seasick.
Alright, I totally understand why they say max 2 crew members. At first, I thought this was for kids. And then I realized, but this is most probably really the size that 2 crew members can get in, because there's still a lot of open space for oxygen and all those kind of devices and stuff. But yeah, this is fun.
Let's take a deep breath in together. Okay. Hold it, and blow out really fast. Dive! Whoa! Look how the water is glowing in the sunlight, and it feels really warm. Here's an ocean sunfish basking in the warmth.
I think this is really nice. What do you think?
So real.
This would be perfect for kids to come and experience, so don't miss out on this experience. We're diving. At this stage, we are gonna look for something to drink. And apparently, according to the people, the Sky Bar is the place to be. You can see there's the harbor. We were just there. So cool. But this Sky Bar, you can come and visit. They know what they're doing here.
As this is a tourism hotspot, the curios that you can buy will overload your luggage completely. The level of craftsmanship is amazing and aimed for the international market, but it is also mesmerizing to look at and explore as we stroll through all these little shops. While walking through town, I mentioned to Elias that we might have made a mistake just doing a one-day stop here. So many more fancy restaurants and shops and things to do that I feel that we still missed out, even though we have seen and experienced so much during our stay. In the next episode, we finish off our day by going for a sail. It was spectacular, like really spectacular, seeing Hermanus from the other side of the cliffs. So be sure not to miss out on this sailing adventure.